how do you, once you've got into a company, because you deal mainly with larger corporations, I would imagine. Once you've got in there, how do you then, once you've got the formula in place, how do you start getting that into the culture of the company? How do you make it part of the culture?
Well, in fact, I mean, this is really, of course, our clients that do that themselves, rather than us. The blueprint is a tool to help them do that. But it is very, it is very important. I mean, I think you can look at this from a few different angles, but all of them at the core, whether you're talking internal branding, whether you're talking employee engagement, which is probably the most popular kind of theme out there at the moment, or whether you're talking high performance culture, all of these things have at their core exactly the things that Jill has just described. This common understanding of where it is we're trying to go. And that's what the blueprint actually gives the organization. But the organization then does need to integrate that into its normal management processes. So they need to integrate it from the top, if you'd like to just think of it in those terms, so that each manager of each part of the business has their reporting and scoring on their blueprint as they're moving forward, along with improvement suggestions from their people that they create at the same time as they score. They can tie it in at the individual level, so it's very easy for people to tie their blueprint into their ordinary performance management system by saying, how do I connect to the blueprint, and what is my role in delivering that blueprint? And that actually is the single strongest motivator of individual behavior, is how that individual connects to the organization's purpose.
Having been through the process, because as I said earlier in the show, I was part of one of your blueprint courses. Jill, the thing that fascinated me about it was that once you've got this, and I suppose it doesn't have to be your blueprint, it can be any sort of formula that you apply in organizational management within a company, no matter how small or big it is. Once you've got that in place, it takes all the emotion out of making decisions. Because you can go to, in this case, the blueprint and say, let's make a decision on whether we hire this person. Do they fit in? Have they got the right attitude? Do they fit into that? Do they fit into that? Do they do this? Do they do that? Are they do they have bottom line issues? And it just takes out all the emotions in it. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things in business is those emotional decisions that you take where you should be standing back and being absolutely unemotional about them.
I agree. I think we should be careful not to say we want to remove emotion altogether out of business. I mean, part of the blueprint's formula is about heightening the pool of shared meaning and strengthening the emotional connection. But I would agree with you that in the areas where emotion can impede your decision making, it does. It absolutely provides a checklist to guide us in decision making.
We're talking about organizational behavior. It's a bit of a different show this evening, and it's the first time, I must admit, and I'm really, really proud of it, that we've had a lady on the show who says that size does count.